One.
Yes, children. How are you? What we have seen in the last period? Yes,
Combination reaction.
very good. We have discussed the combination reaction. Then we have started about the decomposition reaction, right? Oh, very good morning, Beta Prem. Now, see here. Will you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now we have to discuss the decomposition reactions. Is it clear to view the things those are there on the screen? Or shall I increase the font?
Yes, ma'am. Increase.
Okay. Now, still
Okay, ma'am.
I have to increase, or it's
No,
okay.
ma'am. It's okay.
Now we have to discuss regarding the decomposition reactions. And we have seen in the last period that decomposition reactions are of three types, right? I think we have covered the first one, decomposition reaction, which is known as a thermal decomposition reaction. I have given you the number of examples. I have given you the three examples. First one for lead nitrate, second one for calcium carbonate, third one it is for the ferrous sulfate. Shall I give one or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have given you. Now we have to discuss regarding the rest of the decomposition reaction. That is the second one type of the decomposition reaction known as the photo decomposition reaction or the photolytic reactions. Photolysis reactions. We have to discuss regarding the photolysis reactions. Photolysis reaction, or it is known as a photodecomposition reaction. What does it is called as? It is called as a photodecomposition reaction. It is also known as a photodecomposition reaction. Okay. Now see what is meant by the photodecomposition reaction. When a compound, when a compound is exposed to sun radiation, it breaks down in it breaks down in different components is known as photodecomposition reaction or the photolytic reaction is known as a photolytic reaction. Have you followed this one? And there are the typical examples are there for this photolytic reaction. These are nothing but whenever the silver bromide, अब examples देखेंगे हम. We have to discuss regarding the examples. Examples. What are the examples? First one, that is nothing but the when silver bromide, remember the silver bromide, it is used in black and white photograph. It is used in, sorry, what happened? Hello, good morning, sir. बोला. टाकलेली आहे सर, मुलं आलेत, मी क्लास ओके. हॅलो. Yes, children.
हे लिहून घ्यायचे. कुठे लिहून घेतलं ते नाही ठेवलेलं. अनुष्का केली मी.
Participants, mute. Now see, we have started the discussion about the decomposition reaction. I have given you the first one, that is examples we have started. I have given you the first type of the first one example I have started. That is nothing but example we have started. Example. First example. When silver bromide, when silver bromide, this silver bromide, remember, it is used in black and white photograph. It is used in black and white photography. For what purpose it is used for black and white photography? Nowadays, you are familiar with the digital photographs or the digital cameras. Whenever there are the analog cameras are to be there, within these analog cameras, the photo films are to be used. Are you familiar with X-rays? Yes, children, are you familiar with the X-rays? X-ray,
Yes, ma'am.
X-ray
Yes,
की
yes,
X-ray की फिल्म देखी है किसी ने?
यस मैम.
एक्सरे की जैसी फिल्म होती है वैसे थोड़े से, यानी कि पुराने जमाने में, बहुत पुराना नहीं है वो जमाना, रिसेंटली अब डिजिटल फोटोग्राफ्स आए हैं. आप डिजिटल कैमरा से फोटोग्राफ्स निकालते हो और डायरेक्टली उसकी कलर प्रिंट लेते हो, राइट? नो, पहले के जमाने में ये फोटो फिल्म्स होते थे. फोटो फिल्म्स यानी कि ये जो एक्सरे फिल्म्स है, एक्सरे फिल्म के जैसे फोटो फिल्म्स होते थे. उस फोटो फिल्म्स को वॉश करने के लिए ये सिल्वर ब्रोमाइड यूज होता था, right? Remember its use because what happened in the 10th standard, in the 10th exam, conceptual questions are likely to be asked. And within that, they are not giving you the name of the silver bromide. They are only giving that write the decomposition reaction for the substance which is used in the black and white photography. Then you must know that substance, it is nothing but the silver bromide, right? Now it is used in the black and white photography. When silver bromide is exposed to sun radiation, it is exposed to the sun radiation, it forms silvery gray deposit of gray residue of silver by release of bromine gas. Now, how is the reaction can be given? See here. Formula for the silver bromide is AgBr, right? AgBr, whenever it is exposed to the sun radiation, right? Whenever it is exposed to the sun radiation, what will happen? It is converted into silver, that is the Ag plus there is formation of Br2. Bromine gas is released. There is a release of the bromine gas. I followed this one. Ag. Now I'm going to balance the equation. Twice of AgBr. It forms the twice of Ag. And this Ag, it is to be get formed in such a way that now I'm going to write down here. It is in the form of the solid state. It is to be get formed. There is a presence of the solid, right? Ag, it is deposited in the form of the solid, and the release of bromine in the form of the gas. It is get released in the form of the gas. I followed this one. समझ में आया? Right? Bromine is released. Silver is formed in the form of the silvery gray color residue. The same reaction is there. Second reaction is there when silver chloride is exposed to sun radiation. It forms silvery gray residue of silver by release of chlorine gas. Right? How the equation can be written? Directly I'm going to write down the equation. Twice of AgCl. This is the formula for the silver chloride. Whenever it is exposed to the sun radiation, then there is formation of twice of Ag. Along with it, there is formation of Cl2. Cl here, Cl2. It is to be get released. And it is released in the form of the gaseous state. While silver, it is to be get formed in the form of the solid state. समझ में आया? Have you followed?
Yes.
Now we have to see one of the video for the hydrolysis or the electrolysis of water reaction. Okay. Electrolysis of water by now see we have to discuss regarding the electrolysis of water. Now we have to see first of all the video and then I will explain the reactions. Electrolysis of water. सबको स्क्रीन दिख रही है?
Yes, ma'am.
19, 20 कारण मला तुमच्यासारखं ग्लोई ग्लोई बनायचंय ना.
ते डिफिल असणारा ग्लो आता फक्त 20 रुपयांमध्ये. Study electrolysis of water. Materials required: water in a 250 ml beaker, common salt, spatula, a battery of 3D type 1.5 volt cells, cell holder, double cotton covered copper connecting wires, and a switch. Procedure: take 2 long DCC double cotton covered copper wires and fold one end of each into a U shape. Fill the beaker about half with water. Add half a teaspoonful of common salt to the water to make it more conducting. Insert the U-shaped connecting wire in water. Connect its other end to the positive terminal of the battery. Connect the second U-shaped connecting wire to the negative terminal of the cell through the key. Connect the negative terminal of the battery to a plug key. Insert the key into the plug. Wait for a few minutes. We observe that small bubbles are formed on both the electrodes. Smaller number of bubbles are formed on the electrode connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Larger number of bubbles are formed on the electrode connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Bubbles are formed on the electrodes as long as the key remains inserted in the plug. The wire connected to the positive terminal of the battery is called the positive electrode, and the wire connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called the negative electrode. Now remove the key from the plug. Do you still observe the bubbles on the electrodes? No bubble formation takes place. Observations: the passage of an electric current through water causes chemical reaction. As a result, bubbles are formed on the electrodes. This is due to the chemical effect of electric current. Water molecule H2O has hydrogen and oxygen atoms. When electric current is passed through water, oxygen bubbles are released at the positive electrode and hydrogen bubbles are released at the negative electrode. As water molecule has 2 hydrogen atoms for every oxygen atom, larger number of bubbles are formed at the electrode connected to the negative terminal of the battery.
Now children listen, see here, there is one correction in this video. Actually, in this case here, they have used the 2 coated metal electrodes, right? See how is the structure of the circuit. Okay, now we have to move towards this one. See here. Okay. Now, this is the electric circuit. Actually, electrolysis. Lysis means breaking. Breaking down the water in the form of its elemental form. Whenever the water is to be breaking down, whenever we are carrying out the electrolysis of water, water breaks down into its elemental form, like as that of the hydrogen and that of the oxygen. From these 2 elements, water it is to be formed. Now see the experimental arrangement. Actually, this beaker which you are observing, this beaker, it is known as an electrolytic cell. What kind of the instrument which is to be used here? The instrument which is used, it is nothing but the electrolytic cell. And within these electrolytic cell, the two electrodes are to be used. The electrode which is attached to the positive end of the battery, it is known as, which is attached to the positive end of the battery, it is known as the cathode. It is known as the cathode. Sorry, it is known as an anode. While the electrode which is attached to the negative end of the battery, this electrode, it is known as a cathode. Sorry, it is known as a cathode. Right. The electrode which is attached to the negative end of battery, cathode. The electrode which is attached to the positive end of battery, it is known as the anode. Got clear? समझ में आया? Now remember, water, I'm going to explain the general electrolysis reaction. What happens in this case here? In this case, whenever the actually during the electrolysis, we are using the aqueous solution of anything. When it is to be when any kind of the substance, it is dissolved in the water, we can call it as an aqueous solution. Now, when this aqueous solution it is to be prepared, actually within that there is a presence of the cations and anions. As you are being the 10th standard students, you are well familiar with the of the cations and anions. आपको पता है cation क्या है और anion क्या है? क्या किसे बोलते हैं cation? Yes.
Positive charge.
Very good. Positively charged ion, it is known as a cation. While the negatively charged ion, it is known as the anion. Right? Negatively charged ion, it is known as the anion. Now, in this case here, whenever the electric current it is to be passed within this solution, then at that time, cations from the solution start to attract it towards the negatively charged electrode, which is known as the cathode. While the anions starts to attract towards the positively charged electrode, which is to be known as the anode one. समझ में आया? Positively charged electrode के पास कौन attract होगा? एनोड्स यानी कि एनायंस अट्रैक्ट होंगे और निगेटिवली चार्ज इलेक्ट्रोड के पास में कौन सा अट्रैक्ट होंगे? कैटायन. इसीलिए उसे कैथोड बोलते हैं. कैटायन कैथोड, एनायन एनोड. हैव यू फॉलोड दिस वन? समझ में आया? और इस तरह से कंपाउंड का उसके प्योर एलिमेंटल फॉर्म में सेपरेशन होता है और ऐसे रिएक्शन को बोलते हैं इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस रिएक्शन. हैव यू फॉलोड दिस वन? समझ में आया? Yes, children.
Yes,
Please
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
we have to discuss what
Yes,
is
ma'am.
now we have to discuss what is meant by the electrolytic reactions. Okay. Now we have to discuss the third one type of the decomposition reaction, which is known as the electrolytic reactions. Sorry. Now we have to discuss the third reaction, which is known as the electrolysis or electrolytic reactions. Electrolytic reactions. Got this one? Electrolysis or electrolytic reactions. Now what is meant by this electrolytic reaction? When solution of a compound, when solution of a compound, when solution of a compound is, when a solution of a compound, when electric, sorry, just a minute, when electricity, when electricity is passed through solution of a compound, it is decomposed, is decomposed in its elemental forms, in its elemental forms, in its elemental forms is known as electrolytic reaction or electrolysis or electrolysis. Right? अब इस इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस रिएक्शन में कौन सा इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज करते हैं? What kind of the instrument is used to carry out this reaction? Instrument. उस इंस्ट्रूमेंट को क्या बोलते हैं? That instrument, it is known as the electrolytic cell. It is carried out within the electrolytic cell. अब इस इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल के कंपोनेंट्स क्या क्या है? Components of electrolytic cell. What are the components of the electrolytic cell? Now see, I am going to give you the component. The first component, it is that is nothing but DC source battery. First one component, that is a DC battery. DC battery. Why DC battery is used? Yes, anyone is having the answer for this one? Why DC battery is used? बोलो, क्वेरी भी नहीं पूछेगा कोई? Yes. Yes, children. बोलो, डीसी बैटरी क्या है?
Dry cell.
Yes, dry cell. D is not stand here for the dry cell. It is the direct current battery. There are the two type of the electric current. One is known as a alternating current and second one it is known as a direct current. बैटरी में से जो हमें इलेक्ट्रिसिटी मिलती है उसे हम डायरेक्ट करंट बोलते हैं, और हमारे घर में जो एमएससीबी से सप्लाई होती है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एसी बोलते हैं.
मैम आवाज नहीं आ रही है आपकी.
मैम लग्न
कुठचे मॅडम नाही
माहिती आहे.
लिव्ह करा सगळे आता लिव्ह. बाहेर निघा. बाहेर निघा रे सगळे. बाहेर होऊन बा.